I've been waking up slow with the weight in my chest, like the sun forgot how to shine in the west. And I smile when they ask, say I'm doing just fine, but there's thunder rolling quiet in the back of my mind. Some days are light, and some days I fake, and some days I break for my own damn sake. Well, the thing is, I'm trying, even when the voice in my head keeps lying. It's a war just to get out of bed, but I breathe in deep and I face it instead. No, I'm not alright, but I'm fighting to be. Well, the thing is, I'm still me. I got friends who don't call, and I don't blame them. Hard to hold space when your world's gone vacant. And I wish I could tell you what's missing inside, but it's foggy in here, even with open eyes. I wear my silence like armor, I know, but there's hope in the cracks where the light starts to show. Well, the thing is, I'm healing, even when I don't trust what I'm feeling. Every scar is a line in my song, every stumble's a sign I've been walking this long. And I don't have a map, but I've got my feet. Well, the thing is, I'm still me. I won't lie and say it's easy, but I won't hide the storm inside. If you're walking through the darkness, take my hand, we'll walk side by side. Well, the thing is, we're learning, and the fire in our hearts keeps burning. Even when the night feels too long, the strength in the fact we go on. So if you're not okay, let this song set you free. 'Cause the thing is, you're still you, and that's still enough for me.
You're still you, and that's still enough for me. Let me grow back up. How's everybody doing? Quick Vic, how you doing, man? Dandy, how you doing? Hold on just a second, my phone's ringing. Ain't that important? Somebody calls, man, like, what are you selling? Ain't selling anything I don't need. So, but I do have claims going on with my insurance company. So if they call, I have to answer, because that's important. But today's live is about schizophrenia. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Miss Liability, how you doing? Dandy Lioness 78, how you doing? Quick Vic, how you doing? So just checking in. If you're doing good, let me know. If not, let's talk about it. Let's be about it. I hope you're all doing well. Schizophrenia is a serious mental illness that affects how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. People with schizophrenia may seem as though they have lost touch with reality. Now, let's pull this link up so you guys can see what I'm reading. So, which can be distressing for them and for their family and friends. People are usually first diagnosed with schizophrenia between the ages of 16 and 30 after the first episode of psychosis. I hope you guys can hear me well. Will B, how you doing? So where can I learn about schizophrenia? Well, the website I'm using is called the National Institute of Mental Health. Okay. There's brochures, science updates, statistics, and we'll talk about those at a later date. I'm just talking about what schizophrenia is. So, schizophrenia symptoms can make it difficult to participate in everyday activities, and many people with schizophrenia face significant health, social, and economic challenges. People with schizophrenia often experience a delay between onset of symptoms and the start of treatment. which can impact their response to treatment and lead to worse health and well-beings over long term. Research shows that gradual changes in thinking, mood, social functioning often appear before the first episode of psychosis. Identifying these subtle changes and connecting people with treatment before their first episode could be long term. You know what I think I'm about doing? I come on here and I'll read the whole site. And I want to start breaking it down into bullet points and just highlight certain things. Because just reading an entire site it's like sitting in class. Okay. So I'm going to get direct right now. All right. I'm going to get rid of this so you guys can see me. So I'm just going to tell you plain and simple what schizophrenia is. It's a chronic mental disorder that affects how a person thinks, feels, behaves, causing a distorted perception of reality. It's a distorted perception of reality. Now, what are the symptoms? It includes hallucinations, like hearing voices, delusions, false beliefs, disorganized thinking and speech, and the lack of motivation or emotional expression. It is thought to be caused by a combination of genetic, environmental, and brain chemistry factors. Well, there is no cure. Treatment involving medication, therapy, and social support can help individuals manage symptoms and lead fulfilling lives. Okay, so what's going on, Eli? How you doing, my son? So let's explain. I have a friend that was actually, when I first started this channel, okay, a couple years ago, he was supposed to be a guest host. There was supposed to be 4 of us, okay, from different walks of life. And X is his name. We're going to leave it at X is his nickname. I'm not going to give up his legal name, but X was supposed to be a co-host, and he lives with schizophrenia. He hears voices. And we were going to talk about that and his life experience with being a schizophrenic, but things didn't happen. So put a 1 in chat if you know somebody that has schizophrenia. Put a 2 in chat if not, and you've heard of it. Put a 3 in chat if you've never heard of schizophrenia before. So, because I've known what schizophrenia is for a while, since I was 18. And I see what it does to people. And they live in a world of their own. And people make fun of them because they talk to themselves or they're different. And it's sad because they're humans. Just because they have a chemical imbalance in their brain doesn't make them different. They're humans. We're all humans. We're not normal. We're not the same. We're all different in our own way. Okay? So it's just, there are people out there that need help, and they're not getting the help they need because the resources are no longer there because we don't take mental health serious. You know, we rather fund these lame programs and around the world instead of putting people who are struggling with mental health disorders like schizophrenia. Some of them shouldn't even be on the streets because they can't even care for themselves. Some of these people that are struggling with mental health issues can't care for themselves, but they're on the streets because there's no long-term facility for them because they lack funding. You know, it's wild. Um, I'm going to do something real quick. Let me do something real quick. I just want to do something. And then I'll monetize it afterwards. Okay. Because I heard people complain that they're getting ads. And I'm just going to monetize the video after the live. Oh my God, Will be. See, he shouldn't. He should have went from jail to a mental health facility. It got treated. Okay, and got treatment. That's my opinion. He went from jail to a mental hospital where they treat you, like a state hospital or a group home, where he could have had 24/7 care. These people, there are some that have mild forms of schizophrenia that can live on their own when they're medicated and, you know, they're getting treatment. But the problem with a lot of these people is when they feel normal, they quit taking their meds and they fall off the wagon. They quit taking their meds. That's a problem with a lot of people, believe it or not. A lot of people that struggle with mental health disorders, they start feeling normal or what you consider normal, and they quit taking their meds and they fall off and they go backwards. That's sad, Will be, to hear that. Okay. I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody wants to come up, click the link. Jail is not for people who are struggling with mental health problems because they're not trained professionals when it comes with people who have paranoid schizophrenia or, you know, severe mental health disorders. Okay. Prisons, you know, unless they have what they call a psych unit with trained personnel in that department, yes. But you go to a county jail ain't a place for somebody who has mental health issues, like severe, like their mental health state is a 15-year-old and they're 40. You know, jail is not that place. State hospital where they can't get out, yes. But jail, no. I don't agree with that. Because jail is for people who commit serious crimes and that are there mentally. Okay? Like traffickers and, you know. What's up, Will B?
Hey, am I in the am I here? Yeah. I had a friend, Eddie, their son was a great kid. Actually, my friend was the kind of guy who used to hunt all the time. Where I was athletic when his son was interested in basketball, so I started helping him, taking him to the wild and getting him in some games, and he was doing well. But when he turned, I hadn't seen him in a few years, and he turned in his early 20s. His dad and stepmother lived in West Virginia. Well, he moved up there, and at this time, he was having a full-on uh, uh, bout with schizophrenia. He was hollering, "I'm the devil. I'm going to do all these terrible things," and just saying the most off-the-wall statements. He scared his dad and stepmom, and so they called 911, and he was taken in on a mental hold in a West Virginia jail. Now, this actual jail, if you know anything about West Virginia, has been sued and cited by the federal government for not giving any mental health treatment, being way overcrowded. And the end of the story is they let this kid out, still hollering, "I'm the devil," and there's people over there talking to me in that tree and all kind of nonsense. They let him out in West Virginia. He had only been there 1 week. He didn't even know where his dad lived. He didn't have their phone number. They didn't call his dad to let him know they let him out. They found him, I think it was, I can't remember exactly, like 20 days later, dead on a coal mining land, dirt road out in the middle of nowhere. To this day, they don't know what happened to him. They did have a lawsuit against the Southern jail in West Virginia. It was a big deal how they mistreated people. So
Wow.
it's a terrible story with a terrible ending. He should not have been in jail.
Nope.
He should have been sent straight to a mental hospital.
This is my thing, right?
Yeah.
The government lacks funding in these states, right?
Yeah.
You know, and it's not a government issue, it's a state issue. Okay.
True.
The states should be funding facilities, not the federal government, the state. Okay.
Yeah.
Should be funding these state hospitals that treat these people. Charlotte's Webbing, how you doing? Sue is me, how you doing? Nightwolf, how you doing? I hope you're doing well, everybody. Good seeing you again, Nightwolf and Charlotte's Webbing. Give me just a moment. Give me just a moment. Let me go back to. We're going to continue this conversation.
Yeah, he like a lot of people, they incarcerate more people in jail and do their mental illness than actual crimes a lot of times, and that's where they end up at, and it's not right.
For those of you who don't know, Charlotte's Webbing is a creator. Okay. She does live streams. I'm gonna drop her link in chat. Okay. That's Charlotte Webbing. Go give her a sub. Click on it, sub up, you know. She's been here quite a bit, but I've slacked off in the past year of going live, but I'm back to normal. I'm back at it. Okay. So good seeing you again, Charlotte's Webbing. I hope to make one of your lives again. So I agree. The county, then state, exactly. I agree. But the state mainly.
Yeah, they have to fund these places.
The state government has to fund the facility. The county maintains it.
They're relying on the jail system. This is where most of these people are ending up because they're wandering the streets, and it happens over and over. He should have never died. They should have never let him out when he was still exhibiting signs of hallucinations and paranoia and all the things he was going through. They should have never let him out of that jail. I mean, I say out of that jail. They should never let him leave there without going to a mental hospital. Let me correct that way that sounded.
Sue is me.
Went to a mental hospital.
Yeah, Sue is me. Are you still in here? Please say yes. Hopefully she's still in here.
Eddie Decipher did Decipher podcast. Tia and LFT, I know you're aware of them. they did a couple live streams about this guy, and you look at it sometime and you'll get a hold on here. I got my foot tangled. Look at it sometime and it's a story, like I say, exactly what you're talking about. What people go through with schizophrenia that are untreated, out here wandering the streets and hearing voices, seeing things, and most people that are schizophrenic, I don't know, this may not be accurate, correct me, they tend to have one or two subject matters, either religion, sex. His was religion. That's what he talked about. I'm the devil, and I'm gonna come down and kill all the angels. Just crazy talk all the time. And he couldn't help it. That's what his mind was doing. His mind was in control. He wasn't. And I know that sounds crazy, but his family and everybody would give anything for it to be stopped, and they never could get him back online, and they lost him.
Yep. So here in Lake County, Florida, we have a place called Live Streams, right? And it has a facility, but it's not long term, it's short term. It's a 7-day facility. Okay. Or like if you get Baker acted, you go there for 72 hours, right? But if you go in willingly, you can leave in 24 hours, all right? Or stay up to 7 days, okay? So I think, and I agree with Charlotte's Webbing, if people go to city weekly meetings, especially if they are broadcasted on YouTube, I think I'm going to start going to council meetings and I'm going to look for it.
Yeah,
that is correct. You could stabilize certain mental health disorders, but you can't cure them. That is correct. That is so true. It's because a lot of the trauma that a lot of these people go through that causes a lot of these mental health issues, not only are they genetic, but it's from trauma, and it changes the brain waves. It changes the neurotransmission in the brain, so it's not like curable. And people think everything's cure all. Mental health is such a confusing. The brain is. We're still learning things about the brain. We don't know everything about the brain.
Eddie, when these people do get help too, I've known a few people that have gone through it. They get saved to a psychiatrist and they get evaluated and they talk. They go through managing their medications. It's no one shot, one drug does it all. They have to work and work to get that right combination of these people. Yep. And it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight.
Nope.
And it's not easy because you're dealing with someone who's not, I don't want to say anything, but they're not totally in sync with their brain to begin with, and you get information from them trying to find out what medications. It's a difficult process, and if it's a person like that, has got to have an advocate right beside them, family or whatever.
It could take years.
Oh, yeah, it's
like Charlotte's Webbing said, it could take a few years.
Yeah, it's not a one drug treats it all. It's just it's a cocktail usually of different things, and to get the right balance, and it's different for everybody.
And some people don't need drugs. Some people just need therapy.
There you go. Again, you couldn't have said it better right there.
Some people just need therapy. They're not about taking medication. It's about talking, okay? And a lot of us don't talk. There's a lot of people out there that don't talk. They just live with it and thinking that things will get better. A lot of us, I was watching a video earlier, right? Okay. Just saying hi to somebody can make a difference. You know that? I was watching a video earlier today. Older gentleman in the video said, just saying hi, having gratitude, just saying hello, how you doing? A smile. There's a lot of people out there that are struggling with something, and not just schizophrenia. You know what I'm saying? Even though schizophrenia is severe, and I want to bring up the statistics about schizophrenia real quick. Okay, I'm going to bring up the stats because I'm just going to bring it up. All right, let me go to the stats. So age of onset for schizophrenia is typically diagnosed in late teens to early 30s, and it tends to emerge earlier in males, late adolescence, early 20s, than females, early 20s and early 30s. More subtle changes in cognition and social relationships may precede the actual diagnosis, often by years. Okay. It's saying that across studies that use household-based survey examples, clinical diagnostic interviews, and medical records, estimates the prevalence of schizophrenia and related psychotic disorders in the United States range from 0.25% to 0.64%. Estimates of the international prevalence of schizophrenia among non-institutionalized persons is 0.33% to 0.75%. So it's a low number. Okay. It's a low number. So it's hard. That's why they have to, like you said, medication will be.
Well,
Cocktails.
a lot of these people, that they're not aware of what's going on because they're not versed in these symptoms and what they might mean. They self-medicate with street drugs because they want to feel anything they feel with what they are actually feeling at that time. You know what I'm saying?
So now, the burden of schizophrenia. Despite its low prevalence, schizophrenia is associated with significant health, social, and economic concerns. Schizophrenia is one of the top 15 leading causes of disability worldwide. Individuals with schizophrenia have an increased risk of premature mortality, death at a younger age than the general population. The estimated average potential life loss for individuals with schizophrenia in the U.S. is 28 and a half years. Co-occurring medical conditions such as heart disease, liver disease, and diabetes contribute to the higher premature mortality rate among individuals with schizophrenia. Possible reasons for this is excess early mortality are increased rates of these medical conditions and under detection and undertreated of them. An estimated 4.9% of people with schizophrenia die by self-deletion, a rate that is far greater than general population and the highest risk in the early stages of illness. Approximately half of the individuals with schizophrenia have co-occurring mental or behavioral health disorders. Financial costs associated with schizophrenia is disproportionately high relative to other chronic mental and physical health conditions, reflecting both direct costs of healthcare as well as indirect costs of lost productivity, criminal justice involvement, social services needed, and other factors beyond healthcare. So, Sherry, how you doing? No, about schizophrenia. There's nothing about substance abuse, or alcohol. They do say some of it's genetic, but it's They don't say anything about alcohol or substance abuse.
My friend's son that passed, Eddie, I think his trauma he grew up in a he was raised basically by his grandmother and step grandfather. They forced a certain denomination of religion on him and kept forcing it on him, and they were very dogmatic that, oh, if you don't do this, you're going to hell, and just really strict like crazy. And I think that had an adverse effect on him, because he finally just got uh, he'd seen enough, and they just kept pushing it on him to where he was. You know, you got to give people their own time to accept something, and he just, I think that had a part in his play, the way it played out, because he was
Yep.
angry the way they forced it on him.
It's, you know, the only thing I have with my problems is I'm a recovered alcoholic, but mine's genetic.
Yeah.
It's a chronic, it's a genetic, it's in my genes, you know. No, Charlotte's Webbing. I'm not finding it in the statistics about substance abuse. Now I can look. Let me look in other areas. Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm still. Okay, hold on. More about schizophrenia updates. Okay. Oh, let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, it does say this. Okay. While no substance is a direct sole cause of schizophrenia, certain substances can trigger psychotic episodes, substance-induced psychosis, or precipitate the onset of schizophrenia in individuals with pre-existing genetic vulnerability. The substance use most strongly linked to inducing psychosis or triggering schizophrenia is cannabis, methamphetamine, uh, hallucinogens. I'm not going to go in exact detail. I'll screen share. But the substances can trigger it.
That's exactly what happened to my friend's son. I kept hearing things about him, and somebody said he just did a line of meth. It wasn't that long, and 2 days later, he's running around hollering he's the devil. And that's exactly what triggered it for him. He was trying to self-medicate with something to feel anything but what he was feeling, and it triggered it into a deeper state of uh, what he was going through.
Correct. Correct,
sad
Charlotte
story.
Webbing. Correct. You could not know you have it and take a substance, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just activated it. You just triggered it.
That's exactly what basically happened to him, Eddie. As a kid, when I used to take him to the Y and play ball, just as normal kid as anything. And somebody told me what was going on. I didn't see him for a couple of years. And then I heard he was missing up in West Virginia, and it was all because of that. That was his first step into finding out he was genetically or whatever wired for this disease. But
So Charlotte's Webbing, I got a question. When do you go live again? So we can promote it and help get your subs up.
Charlotte's Web is the first book I ever read when I was in like first grade, or whenever you start reading books.
Her channel is actually called Char Webbing.
Yeah.
So it's an 18 and over channel, and they discuss many topics here and have a great time. So they just they talk about social media and dating, fashion. They talk about it all. You know.
Yeah, that caught my eye because it took me back when we were reading, and I guess it was the first grade, maybe. I don't know when, but that's the first book they all gave us and we read. I thought it was the greatest book ever.
Yeah, she talks about everything. I'm gonna drop my email in chat, Charlotte, and I want you to reach out to me because I think, well, just reach out to me. Just reach out to me and we'll discuss things. There's my email. Miss Ann, how you doing? Miss Ann.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I'll email you too. I think your email is on the channel. Okay. Is it? Yeah, yeah, I see it. I'll email you. Because I know what it's like having a channel and not having StreamYard hours. And I think, possibly help out. Just we'll communicate it. We'll talk about it. Because I like helping other creators if I can. If I can, with certain things. Might not be financially, but it'll be with other things. I'm sorry, Miss Ann. Those of you that don't know Miss Ann, she is a close friend of mine. Somebody that I care for a lot. She has cancer. Please pray for her. And if you don't pray, send her positive energy. Okay? Please. Oh, yeah, you did, Charlotte's Webbing. I'm going to drop the link in chat. And if you want to come up, you're more than welcome. Oh. Fuck cancer, man.
Ain't that the truth? I hate you going through that, Miss Ann. I will keep you in my prayers.
This is why it's hard being an empath. Elijah Lynn's Landscaping 5041. Having I know you do, Miss Ann. I know you do. I understand. So, what's going on, Eli? How you doing? I'm gonna share something with you guys. Elijah is my oldest son, and I haven't been the greatest father to him, and he still stays in contact with me. So, yep.
That says a lot right there that he's here in this chat right now talking to you. So that's a good thing.
A lot of things even me and my fear of being a failure kept me from doing what was right. By him. And I'm glad you haven't given up on me, Eli. I'm glad.
He asked for the link, Eddie.
That's the link, Eli. Click on it.
Eddie, when he gets up here, I got something to do in the kitchen. I'm going to hop down and I'll be listening. So that's okay. And I'm going to let him get up here. I want to say hello to him. But I take it he's in the landscaping business.
You know, I will tell you this. He's special, man.
All kids are a blessing.
You know, he's a special kid. He's been through a lot. You know, and he never gave up. He's been through a lot. Alma Carrera.
Miss Alma's in the house.
Miss Beautiful, how you doing?
Eddie's come a long way. We're all proud of him, Alma. And he's still a work in progress like all of us.
And I see you, H. Davis.
Oh, H. Davis is lurking in there. I said something to H. Davis a while ago. He hadn't said much. He's probably got too many gold medals around his chest.
Probably weighing him down.
Weighing them down, melting them. Did Elijah get the link yet?
He's trying.
Well, look, I'm gonna jump down here. I got something on the stove I want to get off, and but I'm gonna be listening in chat. And Eddie, I appreciate you having me up, and I did want to tell that little story. It's a cautionary tale that I felt like blended in with what you were talking about, and there's a lot of layers to that story. But I did want to share it. I thought it was relevant. But I'll be in chat and listening.
All right, thank you, Wilby.
I love you, brother.
Johnny. Bracket Gaming. What's up, Regina? How you doing? Johnny. How you doing? I'll call you after I get off this live. Eli, message me privately, and I will explain to you on the phone when we talk how to do StreamYard. Okay? So when we talk on the phone, I'll explain to you how to do StreamYard. If you can't do it now. I am, Alma. You know, but I do have the moments that I feel like a failure. And that's part of my struggle with depression and my mental health. And going to therapy is helping me work through it, you know? So, but, you know, in my humble opinion, we just got to forgive those around us. You know, loved ones. I'm not talking about friends, I'm talking about loved ones. You know, because they're not going to be here forever. We're not going to be here forever. So if you got a brother, a sister, a cousin, an uncle, an aunt that are forgivable for their actions, forgive them and move forward. Now, there's some actions that are not forgivable. Okay? There are some actions that are unforgivable. But there are actions that are. So, with that being said, you forgive yourself first so you can survive and move forward. Correct, Charlotte's Webbing. Okay? You forgive ourselves, not them. But, like I said, depending on the situation. He says, I'm joining. Okay, I'm waiting. Randy Jean. What it do? What it do? What it do? Well, all right. Let me pin this link that I posted. Let me pin this link. Okay. All right, Eli, you can turn the camera off if you want to, or you can leave it on. It's up to you. Give me a thumbs up if you want to leave your camera on, because it's frozen. You froze. You guys are about to meet my son or hear my son for the first time ever on this channel. All right, hold on. Let me do this. Let me do this. Oh, he fell off. Hey, Eli, can you hear me? Shake your head, yes or no. Can you know the camera button? All right, there you go. Go ahead and speak.
Okay. My name is Elijah, and yes,
How you
Eddie
doing?
is. I'm doing pretty good right now. I'm at my program. It's just waiting for my ride right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I've been doing a side job on the weekends ever since last month, helping. I do shared living. Right now, I live with a guy that is letting me rent a room while he helps me with my issues I have.
Yep.
And right now I'm working with his brother on the weekends.
What are you guys doing?
We're working on his garage.
That's awesome.
Built this whole garage from ground up. And we just finished closing it in the outside for the winter.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
once my place is completely remodeled,
Yeah.
eventually, hopefully you'll be able to take a trip down here to Florida.
Which, yeah. And how far are you from Port Charlotte?
Port Charlotte.
Yeah.
Give me just a moment, and I'll tell you.
Because Roger's niece owns a house. Right now, she Airbnb right now, but if Roger plans on goes up in Florida, if I do go with him, I might be able to see you.
Yes, 3.5 hours. I'll make that 3.5 hour drive to see you if you
Okay.
go to Port Charlotte.
Okay.
You
Maybe
know,
I'll talk to Roger and we can plan something in the summertime.
that's sweet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Roger just bought a house, a lodge up northern Maine.
wants to go north. Who wants to go further north than Maine?
Hey, it's nice. It's a pretty lodge. It used to be a hunting cabin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It shows how much me and my son talk.
Yeah.
We don't talk a lot because he's
Yeah.
really busy. He's really busy.
Yeah. I've
So,
been busy here and there, but now it's getting in the wintertime, so I'm getting less busy.
so when you have downtime, message me so we can talk more.
Yeah.
So,
And I rarely have downtime because I try to do stuff around the house.
well, if I'm live and you catch it, and you want to come
Yeah.
up once in a while, you're more than welcome.
Uh-huh.
So, thank you for gracing the panel there, Eli.
Yeah.
So,
And I do like the live streams you do. I do watch them.
thank you, son.
Yeah.
You know, I was never the greatest to you.
Yeah. And
Never always there like I should have been.
yeah, I did saw my mom recently, and she did ask me about you.
Yeah. How's she doing?
Pretty good. She's just getting through some pain management because her health is not doing too great.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Same with my grandfather.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I love you.
I know you do.
So, and, you know, I made mistakes and I can't
Yeah.
change it, but I can improve it.
Have you been to Boston before?
Yeah, I've been to Boston. All saying, how
Uh,
you doing?
yeah.
And Kitty, how you doing? Everybody, welcome. Welcome in. My guest currently is my oldest son.
Yeah. Because next year for my birthday, I'm thinking about taking my girlfriend to Boston.
Oh, you got a girlfriend now?
Yeah.
So
Been with her for 3 years, going on to 4.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, but Boston, Massachusetts, Charlotte,
Yeah.
Boston. When are you thinking about taking her?
Boston, on my birthday, so April.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Next
that's
year.
not where the world's biggest mall is. That's Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yeah.
So,
That's where the Quincy Market is, though.
yep. So you're that's in April.
Yeah.
So I should be in Florida, in New Hampshire in April. So, and I'm renting a car in April when I get up
Okay.
there. So, if
What do
I
you, maybe, can I take a train down to New Hampshire?
no, I'll drive to Boston.
Okay.
So it's not
Because
that
I
far of a
haven't
drive.
been to New Hampshire in a while. And then I really would like to go down there.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have a rental
Yeah.
so I can pick you up and we could go to
Yeah.
New Hampshire.
Yeah. I
So
just have to be, because I'm renting a hotel.
okay,
Yeah.
well
Maybe
we'll talk about that after the live.
yeah. Yeah. It's
So
now I just have to open up a savings account.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna drop you down.
Okay.
Call me after I end this live, okay?
Okay. Well, I gotta head back in so I can get ready for my ride.
All right.
Well,
Talk to you later. All right.
talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. So he's an Aries. just like me. So, anything else you guys are interested in knowing? That was a stalker, I'll tell you that. That's my oldest boy. So, well, with that being said, yeah, he's laid back. So, I'm not going to say, not going to talk about, like, you know, what his struggle is. Okay. But just say this, that all right, I'm back. So the internet kicked me. My Wi-Fi kicked me. There's doing an update. So with that being said, I will see you guys later. Tomorrow, same time. What was tomorrow? Saturday. I'll see you guys Monday, 5:30, 6 o'clock p.m. With that being said, I am out.